Boy, oh boy, it is a really good day, guys. Well, technically not, but I got some really, really great news for a YouTuber called Totally Not Mark. Now, if you don't know who Totally Not Mark is, his name is Mark Fitzpatrick, better known as in Totally Not Mark, is an Irish YouTuber who is known for making anime analyst videos. Basically, in layman's term, he's an Irish YouTuber that loves to review anime and just put it out there. Like, there's some videos he's made, the misunderstood character, Son Goku. There's some missing elements or something, like a Brawly video he did on Brawly, the new Super movie. And he's just a total around fan of the big animes that Toei Animation makes. Now, if you're not familiar with this situation, like I should have been keeping up with this stuff and putting out videos and all that type of stuff, Totally Not Mark was stricken by Toei Animation. About 150, that's if I'm getting that right, about 150 of his videos were struck, what was it, copyright strike? Let me look at it real quickly. Yeah, as I'm looking at this right now, it is 150 right copy strikes that went against his channel, and Toei Animation was literally going to lay waste to this guy's channel. But in surprise turn events that happen within in this story, guys, which I'm going to play some little segments from the guy from Totally Not Mark's video and stuff, you are going to be absolutely surprised how these turn events happen for him.
Now, onto some new stuff. Following my last upload addressing this situation on December 11th, the very next day on December 12th, someone high up at YouTube who had requested I keep their identity withheld reached out to me personally on Discord asking if they could hop on a call with me. From this point on, I will be referring to this person as, quote, my YouTube contact or contact. I immediately hopped onto this call with the YouTube contact, and right away they accepted responsibility for this not being escalated sooner. I had in the past reached out to numerous YouTube support personnel through the proper channels, all to no success and to tons of stress. The YouTube contact expressed that this should never have been left unanswered as long as it was. And I'm not gonna lie, hearing a human voice that felt both sincerely eager to help and understanding of this impossible situation felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. And that's when they gave me some information concerning this situation I was not aware of. My first experience with this whole Toei situation began when I first received those copyright notices via email. However, my contact informed me that there was much more to that story than what happened after I received those copyright emails. Firstly, prior to any email being sent to me, Toei Animation sent YouTube directly over 150 takedown notices. These are requests to YouTube not to block my content, but to delete them off of my channel, which would lead to strikes right off the bat and likely would result in the termination of my account.
Now, I am really, really happy that this guy got some help from a YouTube representative, you know. I don't think YouTube would have probably cared or even helped it unless the proverbial storm that was coming towards them to even help poor Totally Not Mark. The people that I could think of that I remember seeing videos of making them and making big hoopla about it was Hoagie Law, Totally what it was, a PewDiePie. I can remember Joey, some ordinary gamers, Optimus. I remember all those YouTubers making a video for this guy so they can actually get it all out and just get the YouTube's attention, because trying to get YouTube's attention is an absolute hassle. Like, you literally have to rock the boat just to get their attention in order to get help at all. Like, I'm a YouTuber in like the 200 subscriber range and stuff. If I ever got hit with these type of strikes, my channel would be gone. YouTube would not care at all. They wouldn't blink my way. I would just be eviscerated from this platform. But thankfully, at least the community cares about these type of people. Anyway, let's continue the video.
And that's bad. But this is where I want to give YouTube some credit. In response to this request, YouTube, as per their policy, did not remove the videos, but rather requested Toei to confirm that they had considered exceptions to copyright, such as fair use and fair dealing. In other words, YouTube looked at my content and felt that the videos might qualify for such an exception. Courts have decided that copyright owners must consider fair use before they send a takedown, and so they pass the ball back to Toei to provide further reasoning. And this is where this gets interesting. In response to this, Toei broke YouTube's policy, and instead of responding with a justification for their takedown notices per YouTube's request, they instead used their own tools behind YouTube's back to manually claim and block each and every one of the over 150 videos in my catalog of content.
So not only did Toei Animation break the rules of YouTube, but they also went behind YouTube's back and just put the copyright strikes onto this guy's channel. And now, if I'm thinking about it correctly, since they violated the rules of YouTube, it's void. It means that basically those strikes just disappear now. It does not affect this man's channel at all. But I'm kind of seeing where he's going with this too, where I'm kind of like seeing kind of where the important parts are. If Toei Animation made the argument that this is kind of going against the Japanese law within their country and stuff, I think YouTube would have, how can I explain this? Would have honored it basically and had the videos removed, if I remember correctly, because the Japanese law for copyright in their, how can I explain this, in their country is very, very, very vague. And a lot of the people, well, not the people, but the companies there like Toei Animation just love to abuse the absolute heck out of the copyright law. That's why Team 4-Star stopped doing the abridged series of the Dragon Ball series. Makes you really think, huh, guys? Anyway, let's continue.
And this might sound great, and following this conversation over the days that followed, I technically had all of my videos back under my control and technically fully monetizable, but as my contact informed me, we were far from out of the woods yet. They said that if I were to put all the videos back up as they were, I would run a massive risk of opening myself up to the exact same thing happening again, and perhaps this time Toei would provide that justification they needed last time. If they did this, then my videos would be deleted and perhaps my channel too. Fair use is a defense that makes sense in most countries, and certainly the ones I broadcast to specifically. However, the Japanese interpretation of these exceptions is less robust than most of the rest of the world, which is why I made all of the claimed videos private so that I could buy time to understand my options.
I tried looking around to better find like a way to I could explain the Japanese copyright law, but it is an absolute entangled mess of how the copyright holders hold majority of the rights to it, and they can do whatever they want if people are using their materials. It is an absolute mess. It really is. Hell, there's even I guess an article or a blog, I should say, that I ran across by iDecade, if I say the name right. New Japanese cosplay copyright law worries enthusiasts. I read through this whole thing, and holy cow, this is just some crazy stuff I never thought I would ever see in my lifetime with Japan. Like, something needs to go on with their copyright laws where it's more fair, and it's just, their copyright law is insane. Let's continue.
Over the next week, my contact jumped into a number of different meetings and indirect correspondence with the Japanese YouTube representatives communicating with Toei to try and mediate some sort of understanding. Initially, they wanted to see if it was possible to establish a meeting between myself and a rep from Toei. However, the idea was quickly discarded for a number of reasons. Following this, YouTube asked Toei Animation to review all of my videos they requested takedowns for, since some of them clearly didn't use any of their footage. And this is when something incredibly surprising and concerning occurred. Toei obliged and made a list of 86 videos that they said should stay down, with the implication being anything that wasn't on this list could go back up. My contact shared this list with me and asked me to review it. And what I found was honestly baffling. Contained in this list were frankly the most arbitrary assortment of videos I had ever seen.
Alright, so from what I'm seeing from this man's channel and how he makes his videos and stuff, they all fall under fair use, to be honest, because all he's really using is like screenshots from the anime and stuff to make points out, or he'll use like a 5-second clip of certain situations that happen within the anime that they're like, you know what, this was actually a pretty funny moment within the anime, so we're just only going to take 5 seconds of that anime that's just like 23 minutes or 24 minutes of the show and just show you it real quickly that, you know, this anime is actually pretty good and you should go check it out and stuff. It's just, Toei Animation just has no idea what they're doing, to be honest, as usual. Because let's be honest here, I could go into YouTube's search algorithm right now and I could find the Brawly movie right now. Well, probably 2 of them right now. Actually, yeah, I'll bring up a little screenshot of it to show them, like, right there, where Toei Animation needs to go strike these things and take them off. Not only that, too, as I'm looking at this, like, right now, I'm actually looking at the recommendation since I just looked that up. There is other multiple channels that are on YouTube that are pirating and uploading videos of small little clips. I am talking about, like, between 2 minutes... or I should say between a minute and to 5 minutes of clips onto their YouTube channels. But a person that wants to review it, Toei Animation's not going to copyright strike them, but they're going to copyright strike Totally Not Mark. Toei Animation, you've got a lot to explain. Especially how you let these other channels have your copyrighted materials with the movies and your shows allowed onto YouTube with like 0 repercussion.
However, time and again, YouTube would encounter the same pushback from Toei, who, I presume, see me as no different than the people who upload the Dragon Ball films in full on YouTube. They see me as a pirate. And in short, it appears to be that Toei doesn't believe that there is an acceptable application of their content online with regards to fair use. Which is extremely unfortunate, as I believe, similar to how video games have embraced the online sphere, I sincerely believe that a collaborative or symbiotic relationship between online creators and copyright owners is not only more than possible, but would likely work extremely well for both sides if they were more open to it. And the way that they're going, it's my belief that it will only hurt both parties, perhaps more so than they believe is possible. And look, this is just my opinion, but I genuinely believe that had it not been for Team 4-Star and their Dragon Ball Z Abridged series, Dragon Ball wouldn't have remained nearly as popular in the Western world during the time where not much new content surrounding the property was being released. And that's not to slight the works or efforts of official sources. They do an incredible job, but is to speak to the opportunity that's being left on the table, perhaps without proper consideration.
Okay, I kind of agree with Totally Not Mark here. If Toei Animation would pull the plug from their butt, content creators like him would actually thrive and actually get more people into anime and start enjoying this stuff. But it's not going to happen. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, it took us, the video game industry, especially with Nintendo, it took us years upon years to just try to get Nintendo to understand that this is free advertisement. We're not stealing money from you. We actually encourage people to go out and buy your games and use them and, you know, get you guys more money and stuff. That's what we want you guys for. We just want to enjoy this content together with people. Hell, before somebody makes this stupid argument, well, you know, that's not true. That's never even happened. Well, I mean, there's like some famous games that came out. For example, like Undertale. Remember Undertale? Remember how that blew the hell up? Or how about Five Nights at Freddy's? You remember when Mark played that? And, you know, that just blew the hell up into a franchise that was just unbelievable. But Mark is right in this situation. It can happen, but both parties need to come together and have an understanding that, you know, I want to do this. I want to get more exposure to this anime. That's why I'm analyzing it and doing all that type of stuff. But it's just these corporate minds will not understand. And like I said, with Nintendo, it took us years upon years just to even get the rights to even have Mario on the screen. It took years.
And this is where YouTube did something they have never done before. a move that has added a brand new step in their copyright policy or protocol. And while this is a policy YouTube uses in other legal removal areas, it's the very first time they're applying it to copyright. Okay, so a legal copyright removal has to consider fair use or other copyright exceptions, right? My videos are delivered in English and clearly are targeted to those in the Western world, and so YouTube removed the videos in Japan because, given their limited application of copyright exceptions, Toei might see this as infringing in Japan. However, YouTube felt that the videos could reasonably qualify for a fair use exemption in most of the rest of the world, so the content will remain up everywhere else until or unless Toei can make an argument that it would not qualify for copyright exemption in other territories. In short, since Japan isn't a demographic I even attempt to target and didn't have the capability of abstaining from uploading to in the past, YouTube has elected to block my videos in Japan so that if they wish to block those videos in the future, they will have to do so in a country outside of Japanese law, thus giving me what I believe to be a fair chance. And well, that's where we are now. Following the release of this video, I will be making public all of the videos that were once blocked, and only time will tell what the future will hold for my channel and what Toei may or may not do. My hope is nothing, but given how unpredictable this entire situation has been, who knows what might and, as I've mentioned, very well can happen.
Color me surprised the YouTube representative came out swinging and had a big brain idea to basically say that since Toei Animation wants to make the the legal term to say like they are using their copyrighted material and it's kind of against in Japan and all that type of stuff, they blocked it from people seeing it in Japan. And I agree with that. That was actually pretty smart on YouTube's end, because I mean, think about it. This man's not targeting the Japan market or anything. Like, no, he's been targeting the Western audience and stuff. And it's just like, it's so freaking smart on YouTube's end. I'm really shocked. I even forgot about they had a system like this where they could block it from country to country, because, you know, some music are actually banned in some countries and all that weird stuff. It's really weird, but this is an absolute W for Totally Not Mark, man. I am just ecstatic that this man was able to get out of Toei Animation's clutches like that. It brings a smile to my face. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching and listen to me rant and react to all this. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like, leave some comments, give me your thoughts about this, what you guys really truly think about this. Otherwise, it's about close to about 1 in the morning and stuff, and I'm sorry I haven't been posting, guys. I was really sick, but you know what? I'm back on the grind. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, fam. Catch you guys later.